Okay, I think I finally have all the ducks in a row. More or less. So let's see. Where did I leave off? Standing here. Okay. So let's check this room. Not sure if I'm supposed to enter this room from this side or the other side. Entering from... well, really either side seems to require being disarmed. So I guess we'll try that. Where is there a chest I can disarm at? Not there. Up here, maybe? Nope. This is a weird room. Huh. Anyway. I'm really having to go weirdly far away just to find a place to drop the sword. Okay, there's one here. Since I'm disarmed, I can just do that. But there's no way to get there from here. Yeah, I'd have to either have a sword or be able to get in there. So I guess I'm not supposed to enter that room that way. And I'm supposed to enter it this way. The only thing I can do is place decoys and interact with this tunnel, if that's the case. Yeah? What? Well, first of all, I think what I'm doing on this side of the room is not solving the room, but opening the way up here to some secret room, which, fine. But I don't see how that's supposed to be possible. Oh, maybe I just need to open the way for this Slayer. That might be all I have to do. I think he actually doesn't care about decoys, so... Okay, that was not too hard, but probably this room will be very hard. And I can't even enter it yet. I have to do this first for some reason. Okay. What do we have? That's bad. But I have basically no choice but to do that. Okay, technically that works, but it doesn't do what I need it to do. I'd have to somehow get past this position.
Exterminate. 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 Exterminate.
Yeah?
Exterminate.
So you can do that too, but that still does not help.
Exterminate.
I don't think there's any leeway. Yeah. So the exact precise turn on which the mirror is destroyed, it has to be replaced. there's no way for anyone's sword to block this Omtlich beam. I mean, to reflect it, because there's no way to place a sword that way. There's only wall to the north and south. So maybe I'm supposed to move and be pushed, and a construct moves the mirror into place all at the same time? No, that can't work because again there's no leeway. Like even if I did that, the mirror still wouldn't be there in time. I don't think move order is anything relevant here in the first place, but also it would be wrong even if it were. Yeah, I can't wait here either. Which just makes this more obnoxious more than anything else. There isn't space for a third thing. There would have to be a third entrance for this to be possible. There would have to be a third tile that you could get to this tile from for this to be ever at all possible. Otherwise, there is absolutely no way to replace the mirror in time. It is not possible to do so. Yeah, this is impossible. There's no way to get to the Omtlich unless you both go past and replace the mirror in exactly the same turn, and that can't be done with these tools. I don't know why there are 3 checkpoints after the part of the room that matters. I don't know why there are 2 constructs and 2 mirrors when there's no way for that many to be useful.
Exterminate. 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 Exterminate.
If I could get to that position while facing north, then that would block the Omtlich long enough for it to push the mirror.
Exterminate.
But I can't do that because the mirror is in the way. And there's nothing available to move the mirror out of the way. Because doing that would require me to face a different direction.
Exterminate.
And I don't have time to turn around. Obviously. I can't break the mirror while facing this way, or while facing north.
Exterminate. Exterminate.
Yeah, I can't break the mirror while facing north, and I can't get past without breaking the mirror.
Exterminate. Exterminate. Exterminate.
There's nothing in this room that can push the mirror out of my way, because there isn't even anywhere out of the way to be putting the mirror.
Exterminate. 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 Exterminate.
No, there's no way this can work either.
Exterminate. 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 Exterminate.
don't think it's possible for this to work. Yeah, that's about what I expected. I don't see any way for any of the extra tools in this room to be remotely useful. Why are there checkpoints past the puzzle? Why are there 2 constructs when only one of them could ever possibly be useful? Why are there 2 mirrors when I only need 1? I don't know. The entry to this room is not very hard to figure out or redo. How do I leave, though?
Exterminate.
Oh, there's a clone over there. Okay. So how do I actually get to the part of that room that I'm supposed to solve? This is the wrong way. Feels like this sword chest mechanic was used mainly as an excuse to make the pathways to some of the required rooms unnecessarily convoluted. I think this is all I have to do, though. Okay. So here's the actual room. What is even going on here? We can let the citizen out. I need this door to be open for that to be relevant. I don't know what's up with this. This. Prevent him from doing that. Yeah. I guess I need this to turn him.
This is a good place for you to die.
Right, face south. Now I can reset the wisp by doing that. And somehow I need to arrange for him to push this idiot so that he will not get himself killed on that first build marker. sure of the best way to do that, but that isn't it.
Outcome?
There we go. We pushed the idiot. Now what? He's gonna go back and forth trying to build this door. Just make the Slayer try to open this door after it's built onto me. I don't think this will work, but it seems like the right idea, maybe. Well, that's no good. All I know is the Slayer behaves very strangely sometimes when the player is on a door. And I only know that from learning it while trying to solve a weird Slayer room that did not depend on that. So I don't really know how to properly exploit that behavior. Up to this point is completely necessary and unavoidable, so
did you not see this outcome?
Does this somehow help? Okay. I had a feeling that it was when a door closes and the Slayer doesn't have a path to the player, then he will try to open the door, assuming that it will give him a path to the player. So, that... I guess the idea is to say this is what the actual specific conditions are for the Slayer to decide that he wants to open a door badly enough to go through a force arrow to do it. And the Slayer's still there for re-entering the secret later. Alright. So now... to get back to a chest to get my sword back. There we go. And let's tackle this room for hopefully the last time. Oh. All that trouble to get the sword back, and I'm actually not supposed to have it. There we go.
My hope yearns to
So
be
I have not yet read the latest reply to the Hints and Solutions thread here. I can do this, but this doesn't actually help. Because once I get here, then I have to turn the arrow around again. Because otherwise he's just going to go from here straight to there. I mean, if I do anything else, that's what's going to happen. Just going to skip straight to there. Like that. So at this point I have to do this, and now I don't have the option of turning the force arrows around anymore. Let's look at the next secret. irrelevant. I mean, if I try to do this, then it doesn't matter what the Slayer is going to do at the south end, because he's just going to skip the entire path and go directly to the west up here. The only way to prevent him from doing that is if there is not a wisp here. There has to not be a wisp here, and the only way I can do that is by going diagonally at this step. And if I do that and then later turn the force arrows, then he'll just skip. He'll just not. If I do that and then later turn the force arrows, the wisp will just give up and start over. There's no in between. I can't have wisps that go like this, because he will skip from this one to this one. Like, no matter what. That's not allowed. This just does not work.
The wisp gathers and sinks.
Okay, if they're facing east now, then he'll skip that one. Then turn these. And he starts over? What? This is just needlessly, hilariously, ludicrously convoluted and specific. I swear. There's absolutely no way that I ever would have figured this out on my own. Not ever. There's just no visual tools, no intuitive description of this that I would successfully come up with to make this work. Ugh. Okay. I don't know if it's fair to say that I solved this room, but it's behind me now anyway, so there's that.
Ready to take a death nap?
Oh yeah, I've looked at this room. I still don't know what to do here. I haven't tried this room, actually. Not really. What is going on here? There's a soldier here. There's fuses way over there. Powder keg. Stick. There's certainly something going on in this little area. There's a blue door there? Why? Oh, because it's not enough to solve the entire level. You have to also do something specific in this room to get to the key? I guess. So let's not worry about that. To solve this room, the bombs have to explode. In order to try to explode the bombs, I have Bethro and a clone and 2 sticks that I can take and and then always have. I have a construct way over there, and I have a soldier here. And there are some powder kegs that are kind of obtainable, and the ability to swap weapon back and forth, which is only accessible if I use up a clone to have it. Right, my theory is that I need to... Well, my first thought is that I should set up a chain of powder kegs so that I can push the soldier with a stick into stabbing one of them, and when he stabs one of them, then it blows up the bombs. Like if I had a soldier here somewhere and I had like 3 kegs here, then I could shove a soldier facing west onto one of these kegs, he would blow it up, it would blow up the bombs, and the roach would die. The construct could be used to turn the soldier around. And I have multiple kegs, I have 3 kegs here to work with. The only problem with that is that the only way to open this is to go in here and be stuck here so that I can't do anything with the soldier. The only way to open this is to go in here and be stuck here so that I can't get the kegs. So I could do this if I had a 3rd clone, but I can't do this with 2 clones. Or at least I can't do it that way. There's no way out of this region, and you have to have a sword to go in here. It doesn't look possible to me to retrieve this powder keg. Because even if I have a stick, there's no way to push it without without being on one of these two tiles, which of course would then just blow me up. So this keg might as well not exist then. This one seems to exist to force you to be disarmed when going through here, except you could just use the clone to rearm afterwards, so I don't know what the point of that even is. And I guess you could either be disarmed or have a stick, but if you have a stick, then you must have brought the clone into this passage.
My name is Beethro.
I don't get it at all. I really can't get to the construct even, because I need some way to be rid of these briar. And there's no way to access any powder kegs whatsoever. Even if I have a stick, there's no way to get a powder keg.
Exterminate.
So every bit of that is absolutely required in order to have access to this construct. And that's not really helpful, because now there's no way whatsoever to reach the soldier.
Exterminate. Exterminate.
Okay. even see any way for the blue door to be meaningful because you can't get to that part of the room whatsoever. There's no way to get in there. Weird. I suppose if that door is open... No, that still doesn't help. I guess
Exterminate.
if the construct is dead and the door's open, if the room was clear, then you could open the door and turn that off and push this there and then get through. If the level was clear, you could do that. Sure. Yeah, this is completely useless. There is no way to do anything from this position. So, to conclude, if I enter the room this way, I have to do it disarmed, which requires me to go in here, which then makes the room impossible because there's no way to exit this square. So entering that way is useless. If I enter the room any other way, then at some point I have to go in here, and since I have to press this to have any hope of solving the room, it's impossible to do it from this entrance too. Unless there's a scripted command that dumps a clone token or an additional clone somewhere in this room, I don't see how this is ever supposed to be possible. Because I have to open both of those doors to even be remotely capable of coming close to beginning to solve this room. And I only have 2 things to open doors with. There's nothing I can push onto the plate that leads to the arm and disarm chests. And there's definitely no way to hit this orb other than to go in here. And there's no way to get the soldier out without retrieving the construct, which requires the soldier's way to be open and the keg way to be open. Both. There's just no way to open both of those doors at the same visit to this room. Not particularly useful. Maybe this room is one that a person can comprehend. get this keg out? Maybe if I entered from there. Okay. Pretty sure I need to blow up the constructs to finish that room. Don't think these mirrors are relevant other than being in the way. Okay, so I need that keg to be there, I think. Then I need one of the constructs to be on this plate. It doesn't really matter what the rest of them are doing as long as they're free. And not in my way. To the button.
Exterminate.
I guess it does matter where they are to some extent. Also, somehow I need to actually reach the eye, come to think of it. Maybe I got the wrong idea of how to do this. But I'm sure blowing that up is relevant somehow.
Exterminate.
I guess I really only need one construct to live. Blowing that up would give me a more direct route from the tunnel to the eye. So maybe that's the idea.
Exterminate. 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 Exterminate.
Maybe having two of them alive would be okay.
Exterminate.
Give it a try. Oh yeah, that's a problem. Nope, it's very, 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 very picky, and I have to have exactly one of them alive.
Exterminate. Exterminate.
just isn't possible. They refuse to stay clumped.
Exterminate. Exterminate. Exterminate.
That's basically as soon as I can do that.
Exterminate.
If I can't do it this way, I have to do it in such a way where I stab that thing on the 30th turn.
Exterminate.
And immediately go through the tunnel after. I could keep one in the box, maybe. That would work. That would at least let me get back to the north side, anyway.
Exterminate. Exterminate.
Okay.
Exterminate. Exterminate. Exterminate.
Alright, that works. Feels less clean than if I had managed to kill exactly all but one of them, but it does work. What does an optimal solution look like?
Exterminate.
Yeah, it leaves one in the box.
Exterminate.
I guess leaving one in the box is actually okay. Fine. Okay. What are we doing in this room?
Exterminate. Exterminate.
I guess I want to hold these down and get a new speed potion. I don't know what else I would be supposed to be doing here.
Exterminate.
I think I just have to kill that because otherwise there's no way I can push this around.
Exterminate.
certain how to actually get this anywhere useful anyway.
Exterminate. Exterminate.
Do I want to do that? I doubt it. I can't think of any good reason to keep this alive. Like, I can't really see any way for it to be useful.
Exterminate.
I guess it can die there instead of to the Ormites, but that doesn't matter. What's with this? Why is this here? I don't know. This is all extremely convoluted. Assuming for a moment that the construct is supposed to go onto one of these plates. I'm pretty sure this is the only one I can reach that the construct would actually stay on while I was busy trying to actually walk through this corridor to get the speed potion. So I think I need to put the construct over here. I think I need to be rid of this water skipper somehow before I can do that. Although it looks to me like I could put the water skipper on that plate, and there's not really anywhere else that I know I could put it.
Exterminate.
Maybe not. I was thinking I could just push it south, but I don't think I can do that. How can I get rid of it? If I did that, it might be possible to kill it. I could do this. Does this help? Not really. Maybe I shouldn't worry about killing the skipper until I have a speed potion.
Exterminate.
Because I can
Exterminate.
do that. Then I can do this. Now there's no way to push that south, though.
Exterminate. Exterminate. Exterminate.
I just don't see any way for this nest to be relevant.
Exterminate.
I mean, I can kill it, but that's not really helping.
Exterminate.
What's with this lava, too? Why is it here? What is it for? I mean, if I'd finished the... If I'd cleared the room, then I could have a stick and I could... Or I could have a sword and I could get over here. Where does it start? It starts there? What's the point of any of this?
Exterminate. Exterminate. Exterminate.
Well, I mean, that... Surely I can clear the room first and then worry about whatever that is. There's nothing about that lava's presence that seems to require me to not clear the room. I don't know.
Exterminate. 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 Exterminate.
Well, there are 4 plates. There are 5 objects. I need all 4 plates to be held down at the same time. So... one of the objects can be thrown away. Everything else has to go to a plate. So one of the skippers has to go to a plate. Probably both nests go onto plates. And I'm sure the construct should go onto a plate.
Exterminate. 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 Exterminate.
There is water, so if a nest could be brought to the water, then I could generate more skippers. But I really don't see that happening, and I don't really know that having a lot more skippers trying to kill me would actually help.
Exterminate. 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 Exterminate.
Feels very much like I should be trying to get the construct over here. Can't really explain it, but it feels like that's what I'm supposed to do first.
Exterminate.
Though I don't know how to get past this part.
Exterminate.
Okay,
Exterminate.
this is obvious, just do this.
Exterminate.
Hello. So he can hold that down indefinitely. Does that help? Is that
Exterminate.
good? I mean, it lets me do this. Whatever this is, it lets me do it. Then I guess I can bring the nest around over here if I want.
Exterminate.
So I could leave the nest there. Or I could probably push the nest over to that water to make some skippers with. I probably need to do that because something has to hold down this plate or it's not going to be the construct. Although I'm less sure how exactly I'm supposed to take advantage of this.
Exterminate.
Maybe I want that
Exterminate.
there. So that I can push it right.
Exterminate. Exterminate.
That would let me get a skipper onto that, which is a good start. And then the nest could
Exterminate.
go
Exterminate.
on this plate, I guess. Or plausibly back down to the plate it was near in the first place.
Exterminate.
Could a skipper go onto the plate that the construct is on right now?
Exterminate. Exterminate.
Don't make another one.
Exterminate.
really believe it's possible to really use another skipper at all.
Exterminate.
There's not... The constraints on how you can push skippers are really extreme.
Exterminate.
So it just doesn't seem like there's another way to make one useful besides doing this.
Exterminate. 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 Exterminate.
How do I retrieve the construct?
Exterminate.
I could do that. Yeah.
Exterminate. 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 Exterminate.
No, there's nothing to do here. Well, I can push him back.
Exterminate. Exterminate.
Not.
Exterminate. 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 Exterminate.
There has to be some way to get him back somewhere else.
Exterminate.
Because he can't hold this down. I mean, I guess he could. Construct could hold this down as long as I do it last.
Exterminate.
So I guess if it can't go anywhere else, then it has to stay there and do that. And somehow I need to get this held down.
Exterminate.
Since I only need one more plate, I definitely don't want any more skippers. Though I do need some way to actually get places. How do I get this past here?
Exterminate.
Or is there a way to make this skipper do the job? I don't think there is.
Exterminate. 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 Exterminate.
There it is. So I don't actually need this. Pretty sure. Well, that could be useful once I have a speed potion, maybe?
Exterminate.
Seems unlikely, but it could be. Okay, now I just need to hold this down. Maybe I should just try to have the construct do this, since it's not instantly destroyed by a fire trap hitting it.
Exterminate. 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 Exterminate.
could do that with a construct. How do I get the construct?
Exterminate.
I don't know why I thought this would help.
Exterminate. 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 Exterminate.
Is this useful? I don't see how it could be. There's no way to push it from there.
Exterminate. 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 Exterminate.
Yeah, maybe this is a half-turn thing. Okay.
Exterminate. Exterminate.
What? Now it's just dying on every half-turn no matter what?
Exterminate. Exterminate.
Okay. It's just really fiddly and weird.
Exterminate.
Sure. Okay.
Exterminate. Exterminate. Exterminate.
Is there a way to get it over from here? I don't want to do that.
Exterminate. Exterminate.
puts it where it started. And I know I can do this without even worrying about half turns.
Exterminate.
Now it's there. I can just wait here, it'll come to me,
Exterminate.
and then I can freely push it up, and when it respawns it'll come up here. That's not right. I can push it up there, and then I will be able to kill this eye. Now I just need to kill everything. So this should be fairly easy to do, I hope.
Exterminate.
I think I can shove the construct down and maybe use it as a kill wall for this
Exterminate.
or something.
Exterminate.
I know how to kill this. I think I can get that to the fire trap pretty easily. If I don't do something stupid on the way.
Exterminate.
Just how do I kill this one? Okay, that will do, I think. Maybe.
Exterminate.
Yeah, this is real awkward, but this might be doable. I think I can kill that if I left the other one its thing until later. I'm sure this is not actually as hard as I'm making it to kill this last one, but I do before.
Exterminate.
Yeah, it was that.
Exterminate. Exterminate.
I'm trying to exterminate. Oh dear. This is gonna be annoying. Okay, there. Now since that is available, I can do that. And then I can kill everything else the same as before.
Exterminate.
Okay. Great. Now I need to try to understand what's with the wubba. We get a decoy, which could pull the wubba north. I actually need to not have a sword, though, to have any chance of getting there because of the trapdoor setup. So how is that supposed to work? Where's the nearest disarm chest? Guess it's way over here. So I can't let it do that. My only option for opening the way west is actually to do this. And I think that's fine, actually. I don't know if this is needed, but I can take a speed potion. Yeah, it's completely unnecessary, but I can do it. Let's just make a demo for that. This leads way over here to this secret room. Even the secret room sound was affected by being under the speed potion. Okay, what is this nightmare? This is a wait some turns and then go situation, whose only purpose seems to be to kill the Omtlich and make you lose the speed potion. Yes, it also... I guess doing this affects these two things and that. So in theory it could let this soldier do something else, but I don't see anything else the soldier could be doing anyway. It sure looks to me like I'm supposed to somehow make the soldier face southeast. That's what it looks like. So the Omtlich theoretically could help with that. Maybe.
Suit up, old man.
Yeah. Then he will push that off of there. What is this? Why is this like this? I don't know. But whatever. Having done that, I guess he's done his job, so he can go kill the eye. And the Omtlich can light that fuse. Eventually. Which will open the door for me to be able to exit from the area that this adder is in. I'm sure I must be missing something, because this feels like I've solved the room at this point. Oh, that closes that for some reason. Why does that close that? So supposed to somehow magically keep an Omtlich facing that way somewhere on these road tiles while I'm in here. I don't see how that could conceivably be possible. There is absolutely nothing in this room that can keep an Omtlich still for really any meaningful length of time in this area. This is a completely open area. There's literally nothing here that can keep an Omtlich still in this area. There's a bunch of other nonsense in this room that I haven't interacted with. Here's a water skipper nest, which sure is here. I can't push it because there's no sticks. It can't spawn skippers because there's no water. So it's practically a broken wall that I have to destroy, is all it is. Why is it here? And we have a Slayer who just has his usual weapon, the hook. I can't imagine any way for his presence to be helpful. But he sure is here, I guess. I guess the Slayer could theoretically decide to block an Omtlich beam for a really long period of time. That seems extremely unrealistic and not like the kind of thing that a puzzle should ask me to do, but could do that. I'm just trying to check if he actually does hold them with the hook. I think the hook has the same properties as any other sword, but I want to double check. Somehow.
I feel a small sense of accomplishment. Did you not see this outcome? Lie down and stop breathing. I shall now make many holes in your skin.
Okay, yes, the Slayer can hold an Omtlich in place. Basically functioning as an extremely hostile mirror. But I really do not see that happening for the extreme length of time that I'm supposed to be staying in here. What's with these rock tiles? These road tiles don't seem to serve much of a purpose. They just happen to form a diagonal line pointing at this mirror that I need to be rid of. And I'm definitely not getting an Omtlich into this little box, so I don't know why these are here. Oh well. Please. Yeah, I don't know. I do not know how this is supposed to be possible. I mean, I can kind of see the pieces that are here, but not really how to assemble them. And I still don't know what's with this area here. It's just kind of here. Maybe the Slayer is supposed to somehow be lured there and then not move until I stab this nest? And that's how you're supposed to set up a path? There's certainly much more convenient setups for hold the Slayer here while I get things ready. But... I have a demo of how to reach this room, so it's fine. Guess I'm supposed to be disarmed in this room? I'm not sure. Yeah, it looks like I probably can't enter unless I am. So, yes. Sure. How am I supposed to not die to gel babies? I knew the answer to that question if I was allowed to have a sword, but... I guess more to the point, how am I supposed to kill all of these? guess he's building pits. I thought he was going to be building black doors for some reason. So I guess I'm supposed to manipulate him into building a pit precisely onto a gel baby. Which is extremely difficult to arrange. I count 16 tiles of build marker and 16 tiles of gel, so every single build has to kill something. With no room whatsoever for any leeway. Okay. This seems solvable, but extremely tedious to me. Why is he targeting this random corner way up there? basically he'll just do what I want as long as I don't step on his toes. There's pretty much nothing to worry about. It is helpful to know where his toes are, to be sure I'm not stepping on them. Otherwise, this would be a much harder room. Or at least a much more annoying room. Alright, one more blob. Maybe I should insist that he goes this way, actually. I am not even remotely trying to optimize this room. I'm really glad there is not a challenge for not using the speed potion, because that would be very painful. If it's even possible. I guess that's fine. Okay. I mean, you wouldn't take the speed potion if you were optimizing this room, I guess. So I am a little curious how that looks.
Clear.
Thank you, and goodbye. Might be the easiest room on this level. Just kind of time-consuming. Let's see, 161 turns. Doesn't take the speed potion. Just does it. Oh no, it does take the speed potion eventually. So even the most optimal of all solutions to this ridiculous room does take the speed potion. And pretty much just goes to get the conquer token as soon as possible. Although it doesn't look like Rapscuttle, I think it was. It doesn't look like they're trying to do this slowly afterward. Anyway, I think this is fine. I kind of wanted to stop a little bit early today, so this is a great place to do that. I haven't even really glanced at that room there, so maybe I'll go get ready to try that one next time. Whatever this is. Weirdly placed light here. Alright, we'll try that room next time. For now, thank you for watching. Have a great week, and I will probably be back same time next week, next Saturday. There's a whole section of the room, of the level over here I haven't seen. It sure looks like there ought to be a room here, too. Though, who knows? Maybe there isn't one. Anyway, farewell.